All right, so we're going to do another problem here a little quickly, just to show you another example of polynomial long division. Now, here, our divisor is x squared minus 3x minus 2. And our dividend is x to the fourth plus 5x minus 4. Now, what you have to remember is because we don't have anything with x cubed or x to the second, we have to write in the zeros for those. So plus 0x to the third, plus 0x to the third. So excuse my speed on this, it goes a little slow. So plus 0x squared plus 5x and minus 4. So what we're going to be doing is we have to, remember, we're just comparing the first terms on each of these. So we're going to see, what do I have to multiply x squared times to get, what do we have to multiply by x squared to get 4x to the fourth? So in this case, we need to multiply it by 4x squared. So our first term of our quotient is going to be 4x squared. Now, that means we need to take 4x squared and multiply it by our first term to get our polynomial we're going to be dividing it by. So 4x squared times x squared gives us 4x to the fourth. This looks like a y. 4x squared times minus 3x gives us minus 12x cubed, minus 12x cubed, and 4x squared times minus 2 gives us minus 8x squared. Now, these, even though these terms started with 0, this is squared right here. Now, even though these terms up here started as 0, we still need to factor them in so we can do our substitution here. Now remember, we're subtracting this whole thing. So 0x cubed minus negative 12x squared gives us positive 12x cubed. So we have 0x cubed plus 12x cubed. So we have 12x cubed. 0x squared plus 8x squared gives us plus 8x squared. Now, remember, we need to go ahead and drop down our next term. So here, we're going to drop it down, and so this becomes plus 5x. Now, we need to remember, what do we multiply x squared by to get 12x to the third power? So that here is going to be plus 12x. So plus 12x, that's the next term in our quotient. Now 12x times x squared gives us 12x cubed. So 12x cubed. We get 12x times negative 3x gives us minus 12x times negative 3 gives us minus 36x. And we get 12x times negative 2 gives us minus 24x. Okay, now we need to put our parentheses around this and make sure that we subtract the whole thing. So this is going to be minus 12x cubed minus 12x cubed is 0. 8x squared minus 36x squared gives us, so remember, it's 8x squared plus, because minus times minus, so 8x squared plus 36x squared gives us 44x squared. So I'm going to write that right here, 44x squared. And we get 5x minus negative 24x gives us 5x plus 24x. So, this is x squared. So we get 5x plus 24 gives us plus 29x. Okay, now our last term that we have to bring down here is minus 4. So we have 44x squared plus 29x minus 4. What do we need to multiply x squared by to get 44x squared? That is going to be 44. So we have 44 here, and now we are going to have to take 44 and multiply it by each of these terms. So 44 multiplied by x squared gives us 44x squared. We're going to get 44 times 3x is going to be, so 44 times minus 3x is going to give us, let's see, that's negative 132x, so minus 132x. Guys, remember, you can use your calculators at any time through this. And 44 times negative 2 gives us minus 88. Now, we need to go ahead and subtract this. So again, remember, put your parentheses here so you remember it's subtracting. 44x squared minus 44x squared is 0. 29x minus negative 132x is going to be plus. So we are going to end up here with 29 plus 132 is going to be 161x, and negative 4 minus negative 88 is negative 4 plus 88, so that is going to be plus 84. Now, we don't have any more values to bring down right here. So what that means is this is our remainder. So I'm going to write remainder here. So that means our answer is our quotient plus our remainder. So our answer is going to be 4x squared plus 12x. And while I'm going ahead and writing this down, if you guys have any questions, you can go back and pause it and look at the work. I apologize, it's a little sloppy, but this is the best way to go ahead and demonstrate these problems. So 4x squared plus x plus 12x plus 44, and our remainder is going to be drawn as, or written as, a quotient of our remainder over the divisor. So 161x plus 84, and our divisor here was x squared plus or minus 3x, so minus 3x and minus 2. So that's going to be our denominator here. So this is going to be our entire answer. 4x squared plus 12x plus 44 plus 161x plus 84, divided by x squared minus 3x minus 2. That was a little bit of a handful right there, but I hope you see that the process works even for big problems like this. So with polynomial long division, it's just really important that you practice it over and over and over again. Really make sure you understand this and you're comfortable with all of the addition and subtraction that we did here. I know that the problems are lengthy, but the process stays the same, and you just have to practice this and make sure you're comfortable. Okay?